Hello, welcome to this presentation of my character count. I have just completed a character count of all the characters in my portfolio that are available online on either iBooks, YouTube, or just characters that I've come up with. And my final character count was 264 characters. The first characters are bodybuilders. They are one and two. I really like bodybuilder number two. He's looking excellent. And so I think that if I can do more bodybuilders just like that one, it'll help out my character design. I also like bodybuilder number one. He has some kind of different movement to him, and he looks really good, actually. Then I'm moving on to cartoon animals. Number three and number four. And I don't know if I'll count every one of them because it's already displayed. However, I will go through them. And if I see something I'd like to put in a different category or something, then I'll probably talk about it. But other than that, I hope this video is less than 15 minutes. Now, number 14, some of these do have a chance. 13 and 14 have a chance for comic syndication in a newspaper, and that is something I have not yet tried yet. It's quite a project to get my work together for approval for comic syndication for the newspaper. However, 14, he looks pretty good. Looks like a good character I could make a little story out of. 16 was an animated character that was on the website TikTok. All of these animations, 17 and 18, have been online, and they're still online. Glopimation shows these characters in their full movement, something fun to check out if you like animation. Yes, all these have already been animated. 22, that is an actual painting, and it's a painting of a pet shop. And so I put this dog in front of the pet shop, and he looks really good. He looks like a cool background. And I've done something else with the animated animations, and I've taken a live painting and or a painting, it's not live, a painting, and then the characters that are in that painting, I've taken the painting still life and then animated the characters in that. So I really was proud of that achievement. This is Cartoon Caveman. This is something that's probably going to be on iBooks. There's a good chance this gets put on iBooks. I'm not sure what dates yet, but this has quite a few characters. I like the character. I like the character name, and it looks like it has a lot of potential on being a really fun story. Next is the Cartoon Monkey Band. Many years ago, about 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to do 10 short animated films for film festivals because my university that I'm alumni of, Humboldt State University, has a contest or just a film festival. So I wanted to enter that one, plus other film festivals that are across the country. I can send them a animated movie, and this is one of them. It's still on YouTube. Check it out, and it's the Cartoon Monkey Band. Um, it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to create this animation, and it was my first animation of my 10 animations that I'd like to complete. I'm currently on number 8. Coffee Shop Men. This is something that I'd make a story for on iBooks. It's about three business owners that decide to pool their cash together and start a small coffee shop and their daily activities in this coffee shop. So far, just three people. But the painting on this, I think I really had a fun time with. There's nibs that go on for inking, and with those nibs, I wrap them in cotton, and then I have a special way to dip them into a paint and color them like that. And that painting process makes these characters look really amazing. This is the Diet of Dinosaurs, and the Diet of Dinosaurs is a film. I'm not sure which number. I think it's number 7 out of 10, and it's my latest one, and it's really excellent. It's about dinosaurs and what they eat. Each dinosaur gets its own little special meal. So, like you can see here, this dinosaur, his meal was a dragonfly. So he just hunted it down, and that was lunch. Yeah, yeah. So each dinosaur gets a special meal. Um, and you can kind of follow along and see what the dinosaur was going to eat. Check this animated film out on YouTube. It's very good. This dinosaur at the end, 59, his diet was a strawberry. So on that, I can't really call a strawberry a character, so it didn't get counted in. Um, that also happens with characters that just kind of look the same, and I haven't named them. I just count them as one. Um, this is Dragon Rider. This is something that's going to be on iBooks also. This has been animated. This has been displayed online, and who knows what kind of kooky adventures this guy's going to get into. So I added what I've also done with the stories. If I haven't made the story yet, I might come up with a name, but I really don't have a name for the dragon. And I don't have a name for these two characters, 62 and 63, or 64 and 65. So they did need a spot, and they made it into Dragon Rider, and I think that's pretty good. First Day of School is one of the 10 animations that I'm creating, and it's available on YouTube. Um, Now, I guess technically that should have been 66, 67, 68, and 69. Something I missed. And if I missed a character, I didn't put a character on here. Well, for one, I didn't expect to hit the 200 mark, and I just, yeah, I've heard 257. So I think I got a lot of material to work with for a long, long time. There's really no need for me to create another character. And then the other reason is because I like to draw the professional characters, comic book characters that are part of the big companies such as Marvel Comics or DC Comics, or animated characters like Looney Tunes and stuff. And Looney Tunes comic book is part of DC Comics, and and I think that's okay because I'm always going for employment with those companies, and as long as I'm going for employment with those companies, then possibly it's a good way to get my foot in the door if I can draw and animate, and then draw and animate those characters. However, to continue on, I might as well draw my own characters. So I continue animating and I continue drawing my own comic books. But I'm pretty sure my professional characters that are be part of those companies has not hit this mark, 257. So we'll continue through. And this is a really good animation. Every animation I'm going to show you is excellent. I mean, I'm really approaching Disney level here, or Nickelodeon level, and sometimes I'm lazy on my keyframes just because I want to get the animation completed, but my laziness is increasing in quality and quantity. And while they're increasing in those two areas of quality and quantity, then my keyframes are also going into quality and quantity. Plus, I'm still learning animation and what works and what doesn't work as far as getting a character to move. But I I definitely have a lot of skills, and a degree helps with that. I do have an art degree, 2 art degrees. Oh, here we go. We made it to Grass Eaters. These characters will be making it into iBooks. They also might go for comic book syndication or comic syndication. Once again, I painted this with a nib, and looks like it's going to be a fun story. How to peel an orange. This is something I animated on a Microsoft Surface Go during a winter holiday break while I was going to Humboldt State University. And so the animation's a little bit rougher. The characters are a little bit rougher. But nevertheless, animation created, story done. And my favorite fruit is an orange. You can look at my YouTube videos on how to peel an orange, the real life video with myself, and see me munch an orange and how delicious they are if you cut them a certain way. And it works with grapefruit too. So I enjoy eating grapefruit every once in a while, every occasion I can. Those are sure delicious fruits to eat. Humboldt River Bears. I had such a good time in Humboldt. It's the most beautiful area I've ever been to. I really enjoyed the rain and I enjoyed the animals and wildlife. I don't think there's bears and there's no Humboldt River, so I just made that up. But just giving a shout out to Humboldt in that area of Northern California. And this is something that, once again, it's definitely going to be on iBooks. However, I think I could go into comic syndication and an attempt on these characters. I'm going to finish my 10 animation goal, and then syndication is what I will probably work on too. And also an eBay business selling art like this. That would probably go for $5. I'd put $5 on that. Some of my paintings, I hope, go for several thousands, but that $5. Let's see here. We're now going into my latest comic book that's on iBooks, digitally drawn and created, Lore Power. And this comic book is pretty good. Characters, design. My characters are better than drawing the professional characters that are part of the professional comic book companies because I got a little bit more confidence and ambition to make them look really good. Um, and this character looks excellent. I mean, it looks pretty good. All the entire comic book looks really good. This is just giving account to the main characters and characters in the book. And then I had some artwork, and not all my artwork looks good. I'm learning. I did get an art degree, but that doesn't mean I come out top professional. But nevertheless, I'm just happy if I finish the page. And this is a completed page. It's all done with a nib and ink. I do not understand. I can ink pretty good with a nib and a paintbrush, but sometimes I just don't have what the real pros have that are online or selling the professional material, and I'm okay with that. I mean, just as long as my stuff is pretty good, as long as my best is better than their worst, then I think that's okay. Just I got a handout, and if no one grabs it, then I'm okay. I'm all right on my own. But then once again, see this, gosh, I cannot explain how wonderful of a painting cotton wrapped nibs are. I mean, they just really come in with some color and it's very vibrant and pretty. I really enjoy the smoke here. It looks cool. This character, however, is ugly, but with a little bit of work, I can throw a character together with a little helmet, little walkie-talkie piece, and a little blaster there. But we'll see how he lands in the story. Um, yeah, these characters look okay. See, here's one of those things where I'm just not sure about, like Transformers. This cat turns into a car in an animation. You can check it out in Glopimation, but um, does Transformers care if I make a cat that turns into a car? Me, greatest event of my day. I mean, wow, I just made a cat turn into a car and then he went back into a cat. Dang, pretty good to myself. But does it step on the toes of the pros? I don't know. I'm not too sure, but I haven't gotten anything mean or anything sent to me about it. So I'm gonna keep trucking and just enjoy my degree Here we go, Marauders on the High Seas. I went to a pirate high school. I just love the pirate theme. And this is really it's really the gem of my collection. It's all digitally drawn. It's on iBooks right now. And it's worth looking at, checking out these four uh, marauding pirates. I got oh man, they got cool names like Crableg Spiny and Lackey Shelt and Fearless Leader Krog and stuff. That's really fun. So they got cool names, and hey, it's a fun story. It's not too expensive. This is something I'd like to throw at like a Caldecott or Newbery Award, and all I got to do is get it printed, just one book, and then I mail it to them. And it's something I'd like to show them. Actually, why not? Just kind of toss that at the at some real good library awards. Right now, my books don't make it into a public library, and I don't really have any care to get them mass printed. Um, However, have 256 characters to work with, and I think that's pretty darn good. So here we go, continuing on. The way I've also worked this character thing is, this guy kind of looks like this guy, but has different attributes such as a scarf and a gap in its teeth and a machete. And this guy, he kind of looks like this guy, but he has a peg leg and a hook. So, not the same. So, they made it into the character count. These have all been animated and put online. Here's my latest illustration. I decided to add her to the story. One mermaid would probably work in the story, but two is just as beautiful. So I'm happy that this mermaid made it into the count. Here we go, Mike, the sword swinging barbarian. This one is excellent. Um, okay, in elementary school, the big thing the teacher taught us was watercolor doesn't mix with crayon. So that's my big theme. I got to get this art technique out of the way. Person can see that the objects are outlined in a certain color crayon. And then I took a blow dryer and a paintbrush and rubbed those down and then painted in the watercolor and then painted in the character with acrylic paint and went over it with ink. And I'm still learning, so I got to figure out what products work best. Professionals know. They're like, oh, I got this pencil and this pen, and I can just whip up a comic book. I got this paint and this digital portfolio thing set up. I can do whatever I want. I don't know that. I have no idea what I'm doing sometimes. And sometimes my artwork doesn't look as good. So I'm okay with that one. And that happened in this comic book. But some of the characters look really good. Like this dragon looks decent. This character looks good. Sasquatch looks good. This girl looks good. This character, though, no, it didn't quite make it. Brown did not work, but it still kind of resembles the deer I was going for in this story. Um, this character was digitally painted, and then from the digital painting, I created this animation, and it's a pretty cool character. It's like coming from the earth. I thought, how the earth kind of just is constantly in an evolution. So he made his way into possible characters from Mike the Sword Swinging Barbarian, same with this fly and this frog, even though they're not painted the same way. These are other ones. Some have been animated. Some are just sketches in my sketchbook that I've scanned. And I think they're all good characters for this character, Mike the Sword Swinging Barbarian. This illustration right here, it's it's top of the line. It really kind of fits in with professional artwork. Things look real good. It looks like I know what I'm doing. Looks like I can talk to a professional comic book artist and show them this for them to be impressed. And so he's a nice addition to this story. Me? Who's a bigger character than me? Nicholas Lovar. Oh my gosh. So I added myself in. Some goofy pick. Every once in a while I do a caricature. You can see all my battle wounds and stuff, scars on my face from Boy Scouts and stuff. But anyway, comic book characters are caricatures are fun to do. And if I'm going to do a character, I start with myself, see what kind of fun fun attributes I can pull out. Even though I'm blonde in this one, still referenced myself. Toast and jelly. Oh, this character's really fun. This is just about nutrition. That's the character. I was even thinking about I could animate this one today. And how he'd be cool in an animation. And then this banana's been animated, just him peeling. But I thought, what a kind of a nemesis for Toast and Jelly to battle the banana. It's like maybe buddies. I don't know. Is a Toast and Jelly buddies with the banana? I hope so. But if they're not, it's a feud. So anyway, moving on. Oh, this is Real Tuned. Real Tuned was my mind saying I'm doing some Looney Tunes. And not one of these animations looks like some Looney Tunes. I can tell you that much. My mind went more like whatever this team turned out. Plus, we were in the middle of a move. And so I just said, I'm going to do a 75-hour deadline. And I had to do as many animations as I could in 75 hours. That's what we're going to look at right now. So there's a couple characters in that one. Really like the weather person. I was so proud to do a weatherman animated. Made me so happy. This one could go into Rituals of Magic, and we haven't made it that far. This is a fox and a bear, and it's really fun. See this bear tosses fish in the air, and this fox runs along and catches it. Each one of these animations in this one can be split and put on a website like TikTok or something, or on YouTube. And whenever I'm done and ready to do that, I think that's something I'll do. This one right here, I was going for Bob's Burgers, the animated TV show, and I wanted to see if I could do something similar and did. This character right here, he ordered. They made his order. This guy gave him his order. He asked for his order to be bagged. This chick bagged some fries. It's really good, actually, and it looks cool. It looks really cool. So, real happy with that. Rituals of Magic was my first comic book that I put on iBooks. And once I got approval for it for the 99 cents I'm charging for people to pay for it, then I just said, hey, that's what I'm going to do every day. I'm going to start making some comic books for iBooks. And there's really only three here. Um, there's the sword swinging dude, there's the elf guy, and then there's the wizard. So that's all done with crayons. And yeah, it was really cool to put the crayon on and then go over the crayon with a paintbrush until it was smooth. It turns out pretty good. It looks cool. So here's another two characters in that comic book. I draw this character 151 quite a lot if I draw um, Rituals of Magic characters. And this 152, he is brand new. He's like the Rat Wizard or something like that. I kind of wanted this comic book and want this comic book to be like a role playing game where you get to see what magic spell this wizard's going to cast, or if there's a wizard spell cast against them, or if they've gotten any damage against them. It kind of shows up in the comic book and stuff. I think that's just a neat thing. Plus, I've always loved role playing games in the video games. So, see if I can try my best. 153 is an acrylic painting. And then with this acrylic painting, this is one of those where I animated it. And so you get to see the magic come from that wizard's right hand, and those two flaming skull type creatures fly through the animation. Um, yeah, all these characters are looking good. as far as being in this story. For 157, there's three characters there, but they're all the same. They don't really have a name or anything yet, so it's kind of hard to give them each their own. Um, but yeah, most of these characters that we're looking at now, I drew as just kind of time fillers while I was attending the university, obtaining my bachelor's degree in art. Studio is the official degree that I achieved. I'm very proud of it. It's a lot of work. Um, okay, script characters. These are characters I have no idea what to do with. They may be garbage. But either way, I think it's good now that I have characters to pull from for my stories. Um, and I gave them a number too, so then they can be added in easily. Um, 178 looks cool. The background is painted, and this character's waiting at the bus stop to cross the street. So he's a pretty cool looking character. 182 was actually the start of the Bear Hunter animation. And you can see that he's quite the rugged character. And I wanted a rugged scene. My vision of the Bear Hunter right away was like, the guy's trudging through snow and he's about ready to be in a bear fight. But that vision disappeared and the script totally changed. And I think this script is really good. I hope people check it out. It looks like it's going to be a pretty amazing film. 185. Now that's something that I'd like to just do the inking, one of those inked comic books, kind of like manga, and do one of those stories where it's just ink, just black and white. But so yeah, that werewolf is pretty cool. Um, let's see here. And Halloween themes. For some reason, I like Halloween, but this one right here, if I can go back to it. There it is, St. Patrick's Day. So maybe I can do something for St. Patrick's Day. Holiday themes. Um, they seem to be very popular on TV. This one was one of those TikTok dances, and I animated the TikTok dance. This is a break dancer. This one I think I might put on YouTube or TikTok again because it's pretty cool looking, this little break dancer character that I came up with. Um, Okay, now this is some of my best art here. The one that fills up 217, 218, and 219, and you can see all three characters, which would be the alligators, the robot, and the alien with four fingers. I just wanted to come with some very beautiful art, and it's a pretty piece, and I really like it. Skunk Hat. This is one of my animated films out of 10, and I'm really proud of it. The story is excellent. I like talking about it, and I think it's a decent animation. The Bear Hunter, and kind of the reason why I'm doing this because it's 12 characters, and I thought, dang, how many characters do I have? So I did a count, hit 200, and that's a lot. So might as well work on my own stuff. A little bit more. And now I got something to reference and see what characters I want to pull from because I was pulling from comic books because they're easy to pull from. And I think I'll still continue doing that because I like drawing them. I like drawing them. So I'm going to continue. But this Bear Hunter thing, it's a good story. It's good animation. The backgrounds look good and the characters look good. I think it's entertaining. So if you want to see a very fun animated short film, The Bear Hunter is it. And it's going to be completed possibly next month in the month of June 2026, but definitely by July 2026 this one will be done. Troll Smasher. This is the comic book I'm working on right now. Once again, Troll Smasher will be the character with the spikes battling the trolls. The trolls get one because there's no specific character or character name. That's the comic book I'm working on. It'll be done June 2026 for sure. Yeah, that one's going to be completed and on iBooks. Vest. This is my best painting of comic book characters, once again using a cotton wrap nib and dipping it in paint. Now Vest is, I merged it with Lore Power. However, it's going to be a different story and put on iBooks. But looking like it can really be something fun. And so these characters would all be part of the character in comic book Vest. Western Trail. Yes, this is one of those animated features that I made, animated short films. It is very good. The most exciting thing for me that came with Western Trail was that I could create the comic book panel and using Adobe Animate and the trace function, take out the face and then redraw on the face and the mouth movements. It just made me really excited because if I want to do another story like that where it's just a still character in the mouth movement, then I know I can accomplish something like that. 260 is a painting, acrylic painting. Same with 263. That's another acrylic painting. And this is done. So we've gone through all my characters, landing at 264 characters for me to look at and reference. And then I've worked on in different stories and things like that. I also have different logos. They did not make it into the character count, but I decided to throw them in this, and also my video game concept art. Um, the video game concept art is because towards the end of the month, I usually am bored. And if I can create a video game console and a little video game image that's like concept video game, then I think that's kind of fun. So that's what I do. So I've got a bunch of those, and they're all created with Adobe products such as Adobe After Effects and Adobe Illustrator. And that's it. Hey, thanks for watching. 200, let's get the final count again. 264. All right. All right, 264 is pretty good. Hey, thanks for watching this. Remember to share, like, and subscribe, and happy art days.